What's going on, guys? I'm Tyler, and in continuing my series of Disney movie reviews, I'm here to let you know that The Great Mouse Detective is no perfect movie. And it centers on Basil of Baker Street, the mouse equivalent of Sherlock Holmes, so much so that he actually lives inside Sherlock's actual house. And when a mouse named Dawson brings a young girl to his doorstep, he realizes that this young girl's father was kidnapped by his evil nemesis, Professor Ratigan, played by Vincent Price. So he sets out to find out whatever Ratigan's plans are and stop them. Now, this is a Disney movie that feels unique in that it's consistently dark and creepy, but also kind of fun and energetic at the same time. And the animators accomplished this by drawing all the settings to have these dim lighting, lots of shadows, but still a ton of color to the environment. And it actually fits the characters nicely because they're mice. The entire world around them is gigantic compared to them, so they kind of already live a dreary existence. And these characters, even the villains, have such upbeat personalities that it kind of offsets the tone very nicely. And there's still a lot of creative use of small items as larger than life props during the action, and it really makes each set piece feel really exciting, despite the smaller scale, for no pun intended. And Basil is a really fun hero to watch. He has all those qualities that we like about Sherlock Holmes. He's really smart, deductive. He takes a lot of pride and cockiness to it whenever he proves people wrong or amazes them with how intelligent he is, and those parts are really fun to watch about him. But because this is kind of an origin story, how he met his Watson counterpart Dawson, there's more of an emphasis on him realizing that he needs a partner in order to solve and stop crimes. At least there's more of an emphasis on this than other adaptations of Sherlock Holmes. Not all of them, obviously, but some of them. But I gotta be honest, the best part about this movie is Vincent Price as Ratigan. He is absolutely hilarious and creepy, and I had a smile on my face the entire time he was on screen. This is one of the best Disney villains ever. He is just as, if not even more so, confident and cocky about his plans than Basil is. He loves to make himself out to be so sophisticated and charming and larger than life, and you could really feel just how much joy he takes out of being a villain. That you kind of feel the joy along with him. But at the same time, he's still really creepy and intimidating, and he can snap at even the slightest amount of embarrassment on his part. And it's unsettling just watching him trying to maintain his composure throughout the entire movie. The only thing about the movie I wish could have been improved was Dawson as a character. He's not necessarily annoying or stupid, but there are a lot of moments where he turns out to be a total klutz, either for the sake of comedy or for advancing the stakes to make things a little more threatening. There are a couple moments where he puts this young girl in serious jeopardy, and she's already a damsel, but I should say this. The young girl, Olivia, is actually a damsel you want to root for. She's not useless, she's not annoying, she doesn't talk too much, she's just a lonely girl who has the one person in her life taken away from her, and she's willing to do anything in order to get him back. And you really feel those stakes, especially towards the climax involving this really intense and exciting fight inside and outside of Big Ben. But yeah, Dawson messes up so many times, and I get that he's not an experienced detective or anything, but what's great about Watson as a character is that he doesn't necessarily need detective skills in order to help solve Sherlock, at least from the Sherlock Holmes stuff that I've personally seen. It felt really forced. And I will say this, as the second half enters and he becomes more aware of his surroundings, he kind of has to be the like confidant and person to motivate Basil to accomplish everything, whether or not he does it on his own or as a group together. And it's that key motivation that has Basil like realize he can be a jerk sometimes to people. He really is self-centered, and those moments were really effective from a character standpoint. It's just there were other moments where he's getting drunk at a burlesque bar and dancing with some strippers. I really wish I was making that part up, but if you look up Let Me Be Good to You on YouTube, you will be amazed by the things you find. And that should really stop from there. If it doesn't stop from there, stay away from me. That's really all I ask. But in the long run, The Great Mouse Detective is one of those Disney movies that really slips under people's radar, and I think it's very underrated. If you have Disney Plus, give it a try. It's got good animation, some likable characters, an awesome villain, and just a unique atmosphere that you don't get very often with older or newer Disney movies, really. And for that reason, I'm going to give The Great Mouse Detective a 4 out of 5. Guys, thanks as always for watching. If you have seen Great Mouse Detective, let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. Be sure to stay tuned for more Disney reviews, and be sure to like and subscribe. Take care.